Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, when I first heard of the governor of Florida and Alaska suing the CDC and the federal government, and I said to myself, is this going to make it better or worse? And will this now make cruising just a political football? But wouldn't it be nice if New York and California also jumped in and said, yes, we need to start cruising? Well, some political figures did say something. So we have Congresswoman Matsui from California, and we have Senator Blumenthal from Connecticut, which is, if you don't know where Connecticut is, it's right beside New York and Boston, right smack dab in the middle. So close enough to New York. I said New York and California. Well, they've spoken up. They've absolutely spoken up, but not in the way we wanted them to speak up. In fact, they're pleading with the CDC to not start cruising. That's right. They don't want them to start cruising because, you know, cruise ships are the be-all, end-all of the virus in the world, so we shouldn't be starting cruising. So they wrote a letter to Dr. Walensky, and like I said, it's now becoming that political football because, yes, those two are on the opposite side of the political spectrum than the people suing the CDC are on the political spectrum. So of course they had to make a response so they can plead their case, and now it's just this, because politics ruins everything, always. So yeah, let's find out and read over the letter together that they wrote to Dr. Lewinsky. We write today with significant concern about the prospect of a premature resumption of cruise ship operations that could threaten public safety and increase the spread of the coronavirus. Because it's only been a year and a month, right? It's very premature. It's very, very premature. I mean, whoa, maybe we should wait 100 years because, you know, premature. Okay. While the United States is making significant progress in the distribution of the COVID vaccines, introduction and spread of COVID-19 by cruise ship crew and passengers could undermine the progress and require additional mitigation measures that delay our economic recovery and public health at severe risk. We urge you to strictly enforce the technical guidance issued under the Framework for Conditional Sailing Order to minimize this threat and take all appropriate steps, including halting cruising if necessary, if outbreaks occur on board. Okay. I love how there's always a could do this, may do this. Well, going to your grocery store could have a widespread effect on COVID. You could catch COVID and you go to the park. You could catch COVID going to get your vaccine. I mean, all right, let's continue. In its March 14th, 2020 no sail order, 2020, right? 2020. They're going back to March 2020 again. Not the current status, not the current facts, not the current numbers. March 14th, 2020. Right away, you know their argument is based on past facts and not current scientific evidence. Because current scientific evidence would go against what they're trying to say. In its March 14, 2020 no sail order, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention acknowledged the increased risk of transmission on cruise ships, noting that outbreaks on cruise ships had resulted in countless hours of work for numerous already burdened public health officials. Given the potential for large virus spread event on cruise ship, the CDC appropriately issued this no sail order to suspend cruise ship operations. Okay, in March of last year, when no one knew what this virus was and no one knew how to mitigate it. Remember, they were even saying you don't need to wear a mask. They were even saying you don't need to do a lot of things. Just wash your hands, everybody. Just wash your hands. So yeah. They also thought you couldn't spread this through particles from your mouth and things. We all know that's complete garbage now. That's completely wrong. So yes, back then, before the new safety standards, before the new protocols, before the new ventilation systems, before the new vaccines, before all of this happened, they could contribute to widespread. Yes. Just like airports did, hospitals did, schools did. Just like grocery stores did, just like businesses did, just like meatpacking plants did. But no, I'm so tired of that old argument. I'm so tired of the old argument because they don't have a new one. Because the new one, they would be lying and be wrong. On April 2nd, 2021, the CDC issued the first phase of technical guidance under the CSO, which was implemented on October 31st, 2020. It issued the first phase. Actually, get your facts right, Congresswoman and Senator. It's phase 2. That's phase 2, by the way. It's not the first phase. It seems like the first phase because it took 6 months to get to that. But, you know, in fact, it took a year and a month to get to that. But okay. We'll let you slide on that one. Implemented on October 31st, 2020 by the previous administration. This guidance outlines procedures and protocols that will allow resumption of cruise ship travel when it's safe to do so. Failing to adhere to this public guidance could create unsafe conditions that jeopardize public health. Therefore, we believe it is public health imperative, everybody, that the CDC rigorously enforce the technical guidance under the CSO and take all necessary measures, including stopping cruise line operations as needed if an outbreak occurs on ships. While the United States makes progress towards our shared goal of beating this pandemic, COVID-19 remains a grave public health risk that requires ongoing vigilance. Prematurely lifting restrictions on cruising with thousands of people in close proximity and conditions ripe for the spread of infections threatens a serious setback in this progress. It is absolutely critical that when we listen to scientists and health and safety experts over the industry and its profit-driven it's absolutely critical that we listen to scientists and health and safety experts over the industry and its profit-driven executives. Congresswoman, shut up. Senator, shut up. I'm not doing this for the profit of a cruise ship. I'm not getting any money from cruise ships. I'm a cruiser who loves to cruise. So stop throwing, oh, it's only it's money driven, everybody. It's money driven. Yeah, Senator, during this pandemic, how much money and jobs have you lost? How much money have you stopped making during this pandemic? I'm guessing $0. So when you throw money out there, you have no leg to stand on because this pandemic has not hurt you in the least. In the least. But it's hurt millions of other people. And in the cruising industry, it's directly the cause of people losing their livelihoods and businesses. And everything you just said in this statement goes all the way back to March. Follow the science and the scientists. All right, here's a fact. The spread on cruise ships on Royal Caribbean is 1/100th of that of any city in the United States. There's a fact. Per 100,000 people spread is less than the spread of any city in the United States on cruise ships since November. I hate to break it to you, Congresswoman and Senator, but you got your facts wrong. But I think somebody went out and said, you know what? What states are near cruising? that are part of our political party, and we have to make a statement. So we have to go against the other political party and defend what we're doing, because there's a lot of pressure on us right now. There's a lot of heat. So let's end that heat as much as possible. Politics ruins everything. So again, let me be clear. Americans and Canadians are losing their businesses, are losing their jobs, are losing their houses, while cruise ships will now be sailing from the other ports, and Americans will be spending their dollars flying to those other places, eating in their restaurants, staying at their hotels, spending their money there, and zero of it will come to the United States. But I guess that's okay, because if you're a political congresswoman and you're a senator, you're being paid no matter what. It really doesn't affect you, does it? I'm sorry. I knew it was going to get political. I absolutely knew it. I absolutely knew it. And now cruising is now a political football. So if we think we're going to see any good signs in the near future, I don't think we're going to see this at all. Let's hope the state of emergency in the United States ends soon, because then that takes all this out of the hands of politics and the CDC. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.